Kris Kringle gets a heartwarming origin story in A Boy Called Christmas. In the film, we meet Nicholas, a boy who sets out to find the fabled town of Elfhelm in the hopes of saving his father and his ailing kingdom. A Boy Called Christmas is good holiday fun for kids and adults alike, but there are some aspects of the film that are likely to land with more mature audiences. Here's a look at some of the things only adults might notice in this holiday tale. The whole reason the kingdom needs some Christmas magic in the first place is because the king has been depriving everyone in town, keeping all comfort and sustenance for himself.
Of course I love the king. He's a great man. He deserves all that he has. The thing is, we deserve it too. Everybody does.
Parents will notice this right away at the beginning of the story, when the impoverished villagers are summoned to the castle and receive orders to search for something that can bring the townsfolk hope. When other wiser suggestions come rolling in, the king quickly sidesteps those comments.
We're all missing something, and I think we know what that is.
Healthcare system?
That's an idea, but not quite.
A living wage?
Again, worth
A fair
discussing.
system of governance, enough food to feed people.
Okay, maybe I should just tell you what I think it is that we're missing. Hope.
And in the end, the king essentially gets away with not having to actually govern and guide his people. Right at the start of the movie, we see that Nicholas's father Joel is willing to tussle with a giant bear to give his boy a chance to run away. He's a character full of bravery, always willing to do the right thing. There is a moment in the movie though when it seems as though Joel may have given in to the darkness. He's part of the group that kidnapped little Kip from Elfhelm, and when Nicholas arrives to save the elf boy, Joel suggests they tie his son up. However, if you listen closely to what the hunters are saying as Nicholas arrives at their campsite, it seems that Joel isn't entirely on board with their plan.
It depends which promise you want to keep. The one to your king, or the one to his son.
It sure sounds like they're speaking about Joel, who's no doubt conflicted about kidnapping that little elf boy, and ultimately does the right thing. Even some adults may have missed the name of Joel's bow-wielding buddy.
Anders.
Yes, it is me.
While Anders is a popular Scandinavian name, the moniker might also be a bit of a tribute to Danish author Hans Christian Andersen, who created many of the most famous and lasting fairy tales of all time. His most popular stories include The Princess and the Pea, The Emperor's New Clothes, and The Little Mermaid. One of Andersen's most celebrated and oft-adapted stories is The Snow Queen, which seems to have inspired at least a few elements of A Boy Called Christmas. In addition to the wintry landscape, the reindeer, and the existence of trolls, the tale also features a bit of story time from a grandmother, which inspires the children to persevere in a critical moment of crisis. In Ruth's tale about Nicholas's past, we get to meet a character in Elfhelm called the Truth Pixie, a magical flying girl who's locked up in a prison when Nicholas is captured by the guards. Kids probably missed this until the end, but adults might have picked up on the earlier hints that Aunt Ruth is a truth pixie all grown up.
I can't lie. I'm a truth pixie.
You promise?
I never lie. Can I go on?
This becomes clear for everyone by the end, when Ruth, a name which not coincidentally makes up 80% of the word truth, throws some of the Truth Pixie's fireworks up into the night sky. Perhaps the biggest thing adults are bound to notice in A Boy Called Christmas is how Nicholas's story is actually a very thoughtful allegory, one that's perfect for the kids listening to the tale. We don't get to know much about how these three children have lost their mother, but it's clear that they've become overcome with grief and also have a bit of separation anxiety from their father as a result of their loss. Ruth doesn't shy away from tragedy in her tale, of course, but she also carefully supplements her story with words of empathy and resilience, chosen specifically for these children.
We couldn't handle it.
You could, you know. You can handle anything because you've already handled everything.
Ruth's entire story is clearly designed to help the children recover their own joy just in time for Christmas.
She's never gonna come back, is she?
No. But you are the best memory of her now.
Thanks for watching. Click the links in our video to watch more from Netflix Film Club. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to get the latest exclusive videos. Plus, hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.